What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with the hottest topics in the game again today. It was Quentin Grimes not being able to come to a long-term contract extension with the Philadelphia 76ers. He ended up taking a qualifying offer like he thought that he would, and they actually signed it, and he now cannot be traded without his permission because that's part of taking the qualifying offer. And for the fans that didn't know, they was never really close to reaching a deal anyway. That's why he became a guy that signs the qualifying offer. They traded for him, and then they realized they didn't really want to pay him the money that he felt like he was worth. Unfortunately, it can go that way sometimes. He really had a good season with the Sixers where he averaged 21.9 points. He had shot 46% from the field with 16 attempts per game. He was able to play 33 minutes, and he ended up starting 25 out of 28 games. When he got there, not only that, he shot 37% from three, and he took 7.9 threes a game, which was the highest in his career. He also took the most free throws in this game, which was 4.8 attempts per game, and he shot them at 75%. He also was able to grab 5.2 rebounds and 4.5 assists. The man really showed out last year for the Philadelphia 76ers. A lot of it had to do with Joel Embiid being out, Paul George being out, obviously Tyrese Maxey even missing some time during the end of the season. And he really went out there and played hard and really went out there and showed what he can bring to the table. You would have thought that he would have been an automatic guy with those type of numbers that they should bring back. But they had Jared McCain coming back. They have BJ Edgecombe now. And all those guys basically play the same position. And that's a big problem for a player like Quentin Grimes, who did all of that to prove that he belongs in the NBA and he can play at a high level. Now the problem is actually filling a role on this team, because it's hard to do that when you have guys that's younger than you playing the same position. He's basically looking at it like, wow, I did all that, and I'm only going to get paid $8 million because the Sixers basically showing me that they don't really think I'm that great. I showed this, I showed that, but they looking at it like, we're not even consider paying you half the amount of money that you want. We rather just go in a different direction, and we'll let you walk and go in a different direction if we can't get nothing from you. And they couldn't even reach a trade or anything. So, you know, Quentin Grimes has been one of those guys that people respect and people like. It just is not too much money out there. It's just not. Just to be honest with you, I'm not even going to disrespect him, because I feel like Philly, if they could have got a deal done, they would have did it. But it's just so many forwards and so many guards in the league, basically on every roster, that most teams look at Quentin Grimes, even the Sixers probably do now, as a player that's replaceable, a player that you can find basically in free agency, a player that you can find on the bargain bin. You know, it might not be Quentin Grimes, might be a player with a similar skill set. But I just like the fact that he went out there and played the best he could and did the best he could each and every possession, each and every time. And he really, took advantage of the spotlight that he was given. People are going to look at Quentin Grimes differently based off how he played last year. And that's a good thing, because he gave a good impression of how good he can be. Plus, he's still working on this game and still trying to be better at the game, as he should. And I think that's very important. You know what I mean? But, that's all I'm going to really say is Quentin Grimes and the Sixers couldn't agree to a deal. They couldn't figure it out. Quentin Grimes is a good player. He is a guy that showed that he can be a starter. He is a guy that showed you that he can shoot. He can put the ball on the floor, get to the basket, hit some in-between shots, get to the free throw line, and knock them down. And he can also step up in big moments. Those are the type of guys you want. Those are the type of guys you want starting alongside your stars. But when you have so many guard depths and so many wings on your team, it's basically impossible to say we want all of them, because they all going to be looking at it like, you can't pay me. You're not giving me the role that I want. I'm not playing the way I want because of the people in front of me or the people that, is at the back of me. So you basically have to pick the ones you want to keep and the ones you have to let go. And Quentin Grimes, by him wanting an expensive, lucrative contract, and the other guys being on rookie deals and showing you that they can play, they looking at it like we rather just go with the young guns than go with a player that's a little bit older than them. Even though it might take them a while to get to a Quentin Grimes type of level, we still have other stars and other players that can assist them and help that be a more smoother transition while also being on a cheaper contract for a couple years. And that's something that Quentin Grimes can't really offer right now in his current situation. And that's why he chose to take that qualifying offer, saying, if you can't pay me, I'll come back for a year. I might not play the whole year for y'all because y'all know a trade might happen that I can, obviously say I want to go to this team because they can give me the minutes and the opportunity and the money. There's not nothing wrong with that because the Sixers are basically doing the same thing for their situation. We're going to hold the money. We're not going to give you the money because you have other guys that can do similar things that you can already. So we have to let you go. I want to get something for you, but if I can't, we just, look at it as a win-win to a certain extent, business-wise, and it can be that way. You know what I mean? Because you get what you want, we get what we want, which is another spot that we can sign somebody, or we can find a way to handle that in the off season and probably get somebody that we want, veteran-wise, or a guy that understands his role a little bit better, and then we get more development for our young guys, and they'll be more prepared next season than they are this year. And that's what we want to continue to see in the future because Joel Embiid is getting older, Maxey is getting better, Paul George is having knee surgery and shoulder surgeries and leg surgery. So we don't know how long they're going to be contributing. That's why it's good to play the two-timeline thing with some other role players on this team, and maybe they can ascend into better players in the future while these other players get older. Like some of these guys are untradeable right now based off the current position that they're in. And if you do want to trade them, you have to give up something real nice to be able to get somebody to even be interested in wanting some of these guys that's on this roster because of their age and their injury history and the fact that they're not really playing the way that people thought that they might, and that's mainly because they was injured. So it does make sense like it always has. But, shout out to Quentin Grimes for balling last year, really taking his craft really serious, really taking the advantage of that opportunity is what he's trying to do. And I'm just glad that he went out there and played the best that he could. And I respect him for that. Other than that, I would just say keep an eye out for this type of stuff because it's a lot of players this offseason that really felt that they should get paid, really felt that they only going to stick to what they know. Like this is what this guy get paid. Either I want that or something close to it. And some of these guys got the money that they wanted, and some of these guys just couldn't get it, and they just had to settle for whatever they could because they still want to be NBA players. And by that means you got to go by our rules. You want one of our roster spots, either you're doing this or we're not even giving you a contract. Either you're doing this or we're not even trading for you. And the NBA always been like that. It just is so talented right now. It's just so easy to find talent. It's too easy to find certain players. And that's why you see teams like Philly and other ones this offseason saying there's no real rush. What's the rush? If we can't figure it out, we're going to show them that either you can go here or you can go there. If you can't go here or there, you might as well stay with the team you're already with. You just got to take a bit of a pay cut. A lot of teams are realizing we just can't go out here and just give them the money that they want and then give this player the money that they want and give this player the money that they want because now we got to build a team. This is a 5-on-5 team sport. So somebody gonna have to take a pay cut. You might not feel like you want to, you may not feel like it should be you, but a lot of guys are gonna realize that somebody's gonna have to sacrifice to have a good team around them. You want to get traded to this team, you want to get traded to that team because you want to win and because you feel like you should be winning if you do get traded to that team. But look at what we have to give up to get you. Look at what we have to, do just to get you on our roster. It's starting to get crazy. Like the more you want to run, the more you want to chase the money, the more those windows and them doors are being closed so much to these last 3-4 years. Like we already paid a guy. If he doesn't get injured, we're going to ride with that guy. If we don't really see you as an upgrade over that guy, then we're going to just keep what we have and find a way to compete and try to win with what we got. That's the situation that the organization are getting stuck with. And that's what a situation that the players are getting stuck with. And that's the best way to explain it, the minimalistic way of explaining it, because it's happening a whole lot in the NBA, especially the last 2, 3, 4 years, that players are not being able to move and they're not being able to go where they really want because they're already under contract. The organization looking at it like, we need to do what's best for us too. So we're not just going to give you away or just trade you away to wherever you want to go and we get nothing that we like in return. Now, some teams have, been forced to take whatever they can take, but it's better than getting nothing. Or we might get some players that we might like more than people might think, and then it's up to us to make them pop and make them play well under our situation and under our system, which makes sense like it always has. You know what I mean? Yeah, it really does. But other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis and to get it when it first come out. Not only that, I do conversation videos just like this about various NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage too. Plus, I got over 3,000 videos already on my channel that you can watch for free right now. Not only that, I also upload videos each and every day. So you love content, you can't get enough of it, you want more and more and more of it. This is the channel for you to be subscribed to and you to be supported. But I will also say thank y'all for supporting me in the past and the present, and hopefully y'all continue to support me in the future. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is and continuing to come back and watching and enjoying it. Thank y'all for making time for me, and thank y'all for supporting the channel to the best of y'all ability. I really love y'all and I really appreciate y'all for that, especially over the last couple of years that I've been doing it. Other than that, I'm going for now. Peace out. Y'all stay blessed up, and I'll see y'all hopefully later today or tomorrow if it's meant for me to do that. Other than that, gone for now. Peace.